Cancel.
Schweezy.
Why is it trendy to quit one's 9-to-5 traditional job? I've been seeing a trend which actually with anyone who falls under the influencer, motivational speaker, life coach, and heck, even tarot readers. Yes, I know. And one thing they often push is being an entrepreneur. Why? What if something like having a boss in regular job? Why pushing this thing of being our own boss? I understand its advantages, but it is pushed away too much, in my opinion. Okay. I work as a musician and I do a podcast. So I do this podcast that generates money. And then other things, music producer, and then I play music live too. And I'll talk, about like the live music. I think the idea with why it's trendy to quit your 9-to-5 job is that, is the idea of, you have to say it this way. And it's basically something as you would say to like someone like as an individual or person to person saying, do you enjoy working your 9-to-5 job? That's the question I would ask. And then it'd be asking someone like, do you enjoy working your 9-to-5 job? And they would say, yeah, I don't mind it. I like my 9-to-5 job. I have a good position. I like my job. It works great. And that's why you meet so many people who have 9-to-5 jobs, because apparently a lot of people just have good jobs. And then you meet people who are like me when I had to work 9-to-5 jobs. And they're like, do you enjoy your 9-to-5 job? And you're like, I would kill myself in the break room so this job would stop for a couple days. Like when I work 9-to-5 jobs, I wanted to kill myself. Why is that? I don't think it's necessarily the hours of working, and it's definitely, I don't think that's probably what you meant. We're like, why do you hate your 9-to-5 job? And he's like, people don't want to work anymore. And it's like, people don't want to work shitty ass fucking jobs anymore, Like I used to work day jobs and like, just try to get by and everything like that. But then, I was like working on like, I hate my life, Like I was just like, I'm not doing anything. All I do is like go to work, go home, try to work on my music, and then go to sleep. Like, that's all I do. And it was just, like, eventually I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's like, I'd rather be more, you still have to figure out ways. And I would definitely tell you, like, I play music. And so I figured out how to play music. And I'm not making as much money as I'd like to be. Like, I would love to be making more money than I am making right now. But, like, the money I make is still decent enough to, like, for me to, like, try and live on for the most part. But, like, for the most part, like, people's like, you need money to live, but like, also if you work a 9-to-5 job, like, you don't have that money to live. And it's so annoying because you're like, I gotta work, and then sometimes you like work that 9-to-5 job, and then you're trying to go home, pay bills and stuff like that, try to have a normal life, and then you realize like, oh, I still need more money, and then you have to work another job and stuff, and that's the whole like. The 9-to-5 job is not making enough money for anyone these days, and it's pretty fucking terrible. But at the same time, I forced myself into it, and I figured out how to live off of it, but it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not fucking easy. My fellow Americans.
I identify as a fucking threat.
And stuff like that. So when you talk about these and also influencers, fuck influencers. Like, I don't know, unless you can make money being an influencer, don't do it. Like, most of the time, they're just like, and realize that most influencers are living off daddy's money, so don't worry about them. I'm a musician, so I try to make money doing music, doing podcasting, and anything else in between that involves music, and I try to focus on that shit, like, right there. Why it was important for me to quit my 9-to-5 is because I fucking hated it. I wanted to fucking shoot myself in the face every time I had to go into that job and get abused by not only like customers doing the job, but management as well. Like, that made me want to do it. So like, I still told myself I want to make money doing music. And so it's definitely in the idea of quit my 9-to-5 to do what? And if you say, you think about the do what, and you're like, I'm going to be, I have a friend, she quit her like 9-to-5 job, and now she's, a baker, and she makes desserts and stuff like that, and she's doing great. And also, if you eat all her desserts, you will become so fucking fat. I'm going to tell you. And that's a good sign for me, because it's like the Krispy Kreme effect. Because if you eat Krispy Kreme. You know, I haven't approved this by her, so I can't give her out her name. But like, Krispy Kreme's hot. You know, like I'll eat like 5 of those, and you're like, that was pretty easy because they're like softer. But if they're colder, they're like more hard, and it's like this is an effort. But anyways, why people are quitting their 9-to-5 jobs? Because their 9-to-5 jobs will make them want to kill themselves, and then they have to. But it's important to think like, what should I do to be able to stay alive? And you have to think like, well, I like playing music, you know, and like I went to college for music, and it was like I don't need to be working 9 to 5 like for how much skill level I have in music. You know, I don't claim to be a genius or whatever, but like I should not like if I went to college, you know, and like as much knowledge that I have on music, I should not have to be working a fucking customer service job, you know, and I don't know. And then you should think about everything in between. Like, do I have any skills? No. Maybe you're gonna have to work a traditional job until you figure out a skill, and then make sure you work that skill. Sometimes you're poor, sometimes you're not. You know, life's a dirty game. You got to play dirty to win it. And I'm gonna press this.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
And you got to deal with it. So. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you. Honk if you love butt drugs and stay awesome.